Rack of lamb for Easter.
Lamb ho.
Fire it up.
From the Birthplace of American BBQ, it's GrateTV time. We're in the LowCountry of South Carolina. Three-time South Carolina State Champion Jack Wayboy's here. I'm Bill West with BarbecueTricks.com. If you ever send us anything, it's jack@GrateTV.com or bill@GrateTV.com. Actually, we actually respond to this stuff.
Yeah, make sure you send us communicate with us. We'd love to see everything come in. Like to answer the questions, like to see things come around. We especially like to see people cooking the food that we suggest.
So Easter time is here. Look at this. You know, what's your family tradition for Easter? Is it ham?
My family tradition is generally ham. It all depends how far back you go in the generations. Lamb has always been popular in the family, but lately lamb has just gotten outrageously expensive. These rack of lambs here were probably close to $12 a pound, and that's just a lot of money to spend on Easter dinner. So ham has become more of a tradition and what's going on as far as Easter goes. And you'll see the stores start putting the hams on sale probably the week before Easter, right down below $1 a pound, right around 99 cents.
We used to do, instead of doing lamb, we used to do basically a cake, a lamb cake.
There you go.
And that covered our lamb.
That covered the lamb idea.
You probably had spaghetti or something.
Well, we're gonna do a little riff today on an Adam Perry Lang recipe that we read about in his book called Charred and Scruffed. And we got a rack of lamb. We bought it already with the bones Frenched. You can get them, and Frenched means these bones have been trimmed down. You make an incision down the bones, and then you trim all the meat off the bones. You can see this one is done a little bit better than this one is, but certainly we're not going to worry about this on here because that's pretty much just going to render right off and be clean when we're done.
Are they going to charge you more for Frenching it, or does it matter?
I don't think it really matters a whole lot. I haven't seen, when I buy rack of lamb these days, I haven't seen a rack of lamb that's not Frenched in quite some time. Okay. It's probably the source that I'm buying it from. I get this from Large Box Discounter, so more than likely they're buying this brand. This is fresh New Zealand lamb. It's a beautiful product. You can see that it is really nice. This is what they make what they call lamb chops out of, or lamb lollipops. Sometimes they make lamb chops out of the T-bone looking loin, and we did a show a while back where we cooked some lamb chops on top of a chimney, if I remember right.
Yes, small little bucket.
It was a great show. Certainly, if you're going into the family time, going to Easter time, if you want to cook ham, we had a great ham at Christmas. That thing was fantastic. It was a wonderful ham. You can do the lamb chops, or you can do the rack of lamb. Just because you want to do something different, let's go ahead and do the rack of lamb.
It's kind of intimidating. There's not a whole lot of meat here. You don't want to screw it up. What do you do? How do you work with it?
What we're going to do is we're going to do a little scruff kind of thing. And scruffing is basically just making kind of a little hash mark on here to be able to allow the seasoning that we're going to put on it to stick.
And this is a total Adam Perry Lang kind of a new creation.
Yeah, and all we're going to do is kind of just score this up a little bit, just like we would the ham if we were doing the ham, just so we have some place for the rub to stick, like I said. And we're actually not going to make a rub. We're going to make a paste. And so what I did was I made a paste. I have mustard, olive oil, thyme. I used again, Tango Spice. Tango Spice has been good to us. And I like this rub here because it's a cumin-based rub. I like that cumin flavor that's going to go on the lamb for us. And then a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there. So it's real easy. All we did was score it up a little bit, and we take some of this paste, and we rub it on there real good.
So it's scruffed. It'll have a little bit of texture to get that rub.
Yeah, it'll rub it in there a little bit, and it'll stick. We want to make sure we coat this really well. We got enough paste to do the whole thing. This paste right here would work good if you were doing a leg of a lamb, if you want to do the same kind of thing. But we'll just go ahead and, like I said, we'll riff a little Adam Perry Lang. I like Adam Perry Lang's new book, Charred and Scruffed.
It looked really nicely done.
It has some different kind of techniques in there that I'm really enjoying experimenting with, and this is one of them. So we're going to cook this reverse seared. You remember reverse seared when we talked about this?
So we just paid $20 a pound for a rack of lamb, and Jack's talking about scruffing it up. I got questions.
I've done plenty of beef reverse sear, but I've never actually done lamb reverse sear. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. The process of reverse sear is really kind of easy. You cook the meat until it gets to the temperature that you'd like. You take it off and let it rest a bit, and then you bang it on that sear burner and let it go. Sear, when we talk about
yes.
reverse sear.
So essentially, we're going to take these, we'll put them on the grill indirect, get them close to final temperature, about 10 degrees shy.
That's right.
And then fire it up and sear them for the last 10 degrees.
Yeah, you take the grill, you put it up to about until about 10 degrees shy, and then you take it actually away from the heat, and you allow it to rest until the heat starts to drop back a little bit. And as soon as you see that thing drop back a little bit, you go ahead and hit it with the sear burner, and that's exactly what we're going to do. You have to be able to monitor the temperature. I would say at 250 degrees. We're going to cook these. Rack of lamb usually, in my opinion, is best medium rare. So 250, 275, these are going to go about 30 minutes. We're going to reach our target temperature, and then we're going to go ahead and take them off, let them sit for about 5 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and bang them onto the sear burner just so we can char this up. And that char is going to give us a real nice smoky kind of flavor. If you're using a smoker instead of a grill and you want to use wood or chunks or pellets or whatever you got going on, fruit woods are the best for this. I find apple and peach to be fantastic.
For lamb especially, okay.
Yep.
Well, that's it then, right? We can just put them on indirect.
We're ready to go. Indirect, so you got the one burner on, you got the rest of the burners off, and we go right on to the grill.
So that'll take some time. While that's going, let's take a look at one of our great plates here. And we love getting these, just send them our way. This one coming from Brett. And Brett sent us these Calgary hot wings.
They look fantastic.
And he's got his nice beverage there standing by and nicely garnished.
I kind of like the plate. It looks nice.
Thanks
Nice
to
square
Brett.
plate.
Calvary hot wings. We appreciate you submitting them. When you tag anything on Twitter or Facebook, hashtag Great Plate, we'll get that there too.
Hey, make sure when you get onto the website and you're watching the show, especially if you're on YouTube, get on there. If you're subscribed, at least log on and make sure you give us the big thumbs up, because that really helps the show. The show is going great, Bill. We're reaching more and more people every week, and it's a joy to do.
Please make a comment there, yeah. And it's, if we still have some magnets too, so shoot us a note when you subscribe, and we'll send along
this awesome GrateTV magnet,
which will melt. So it's not really a grill magnet.
This has been reverse seared. Once we got it to the board, we went ahead and poured on our board sauce. The board sauce is olive oil and some spices, and we'll put that recipe up on the...
Looks nice and green, and this is what we got.
And this is our end product. And as you can see, what's happened on the board is the juices from the meat as it's been resting, and the herbs and spices in the olive oil that we have kind of combined on the board. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and take one of these apart, and we're going to cut us up one, and we're going to...
So that's the what does Adam Perry Lang call it?
This is a board sauce is what he calls this.
Okay.
And we're just going to I want to make this nice and even on there, and then we'll cut us a piece off here, and then he recommends that we swirl it around in the sauce and give it an eat.
Can I go? I'll wait for you. I don't know.
Those are awesome. Medium well. Juicy, tender. You ready to go?
It looks awesome. Smells great as well. Let's give it a go. Super tender.
That's absolutely fantastic. The salt from the crust and the rub is mixed up with the olive oil and the spices that we made in the board sauce that has made a fantastic lamb chop.
Great crust. This is a great way to...
This is a way to celebrate Easter, right? This is fabulous. What a great way to celebrate Easter.
Try it at home. Send us great plates and let us know what you think of the whole process. And we'll be back next week. Every Thursday we'll load up a new episode and try something like that.
Buy local, think global, stay sustainable, and every chance you get, hug your mama.
Honestly, how do you?
Tell me that's not good.
Perfect.